Sunday Show.
Sunday Show.
Sunday Show with Emmanuel.
Showing every Sunday on EmLight Gospel TV.
Join the Christian communities worldwide every Sunday evening on EmLight Gospel TV.
YouTube channel EmLight Gospel TV Plus.
Facebook page EmLight Gospel TV.
Instagram, TikTok, and other social media handles.
For further inquiries, call or send WhatsApp messages to +234 81 50 98 3297.
EmLight Gospel Network.
Refreshing your soul with gospel activities.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome and thanks for joining us on today's edition of the Sunday Show with Emmanuel on EmLight Gospel TV. From wherever part of the world you are watching from, we are happy that you are part of this edition. Sunday shows a special broadcast of EmLight Gospel Network on EmLight Gospel TV. Of course, we are here all through the week sharing with you the gospel and bringing several gospel activities on your way. But every Sunday we do it a special. It's always a special broadcast. Why? On Sunday is when we bring the Christian community together worldwide from several countries of the world. We come together every Sunday evening. Of course, I always call it interdenominational combined service worldwide. Of course, we go to our various churches on Sunday morning. I have gone to my church, and then we come back to do this together every Sunday evening. What is it all about? Yes, it's all about sharing together what we have learned from our various Sunday services in the morning. Of course, you tell us the topic of the message in your church this morning, and then you share with us your personal understanding of that message. At this point, you leave your pastor's word, you leave your reverend's words, and then tell us in your own words, what is your personal understanding of that message, of that topic? You don't need to tell us your church. We are not interested in that. This one here is interdenominational combined service. Yes, I call it like that. So we are not concerned about the church. All we are concerned is what was the topic of the message in your church today, and what is your personal understanding of that message. How do you do that? You go down to the comment section and share with us. You can make it a video clip of yourself sharing with us what you learned from the service, or you draft a message there for us to learn. Whatever you share with us, we will learn from you. That is that. Not only that, every Sunday we give out data. Of course, that is coming from our sponsors. A million thanks to our sponsors that always spend their money to see that this gets to the whole world. So every Sunday we give out some little data to our viewers that always watch us. So we can still do that. We are still doing that. So what to do by the time you finish dropping your comment there, when you finish sharing with us what you learned from the church today, just send your phone number to our official WhatsApp number that is displayed on the screen, and we will send data to you to keep you watching us like this every Sunday, and not just on Sunday alone, but throughout the week. You can go to our platform, go to our channels, Lorado. You will see our messages there on the YouTube channel. Download, watch. They are all edifying messages to build up your Christian life, to make you strong as a Christian. And of course, they are gospel truth. And I believe whatever you are going to share with us here must be a gospel truth. I hope your pastor taught you gospel truth. Gospel truth is what we do here. So make sure you share what is true with us. They say truth is bitter, but it's good to say the truth. So we always hold on to the truth on this platform. I don't do Sunday shows alone, but obviously my colleague is absent in the studio because she is writing exams, and I trust that before the next edition on Sunday, she might have been through and she will be right here in the studio with me. Today I'm doing this alone with you. Thank God you are there. We are doing this together, and of course she is participating yes, from where she is. So we're going to do this together now. A moment from now, I'll be sharing with you what I learned in the service today because I went to church. What does that mean? If you do not go to church, forget about it. You will have nothing to tell us about what happened in the church today because you cannot give out what you don't have. So I believe you went to church as I also went to church. So we will be sharing together. I'll tell you the topic of the message in my church today, and I will tell you my personal understanding of that message. Then I leave the ground for you to tell us what you also learned from your church. So don't go nowhere, stay with us. Immediately, just shortly after this, I'll be right back to tell you what was preached in my church today. Stay with us. Minister Moses, please.
Till this very day, I have never ever heard us in my Jesus' face. From before time began, he has never ever changed. He's the same today, just as he was yesterday. Miracle, goodness, favor, mercy, sure. My brother, tell him what you want. He'll give you everything and more. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. Blessing, no they tire Jesus. You don't know him before, it's still they do.
Wow. Thanks for staying with us. And I believe that song, Bless Your Life, I believe. So thank you very much. Now back to the business of the day. What was the topic in my church today? Yeah. The topic was Christ's call to faithfully and fully follow him. Christ's call to faithfully and fully follow him. Now we read from the book of Luke chapter 5. Luke chapter 5 precisely, verse 27, verse 28. Those two verses really touched my heart. In verse 27 it says, and after these things he went forth and saw a publican named Levi sitting at the receipt of custom. And he said unto him, follow me. That is talking about Jesus. Jesus was the one talking here. He said unto him, follow me. Now in verse 28, and he left all, rose up, and followed him. That is the point that really got me. He left all, rose up, and followed him. That is talking about the topic of the message, faithfully and fully. Now, there is no way you will follow Christ faithfully without leaving all. There is no way you follow Christ fully without leaving all. You must leave all behind them. You keep following him. From that moment that this man started following Christ, he kept following him till the very end, because he first of all left every other thing behind and then decided to follow Jesus Christ. Now, when that place was read and when the message was on, I started having some personal understanding of the message in my own understanding. You know, I will share with you. Now, what did I understand from that message? I understand that there are many of us today that we don't understand. We don't know that we are not even following Christ at all. Somebody will say, I am born again. Christ has called me and I have accepted the call. I am born again. Yeah, are you following Christ? Many people, a lot of Christians today, this is Christian platform. Let's tell ourselves the naked truth. A lot of Christians today, a very large percentage, they are not following Christ. Why do I say so? Now, what do I understand? I understand that following somebody means listening to that person, obey that person, and carry out the instruction coming from that person, not other way around. By the time is something else, that means you are not following that person. It's not enough to say, I am following this person. How much do you listen to the person? How much do you obey what he's saying? And how much do you carry out the instruction that is coming from that person? That is when we talk about you following that person. Now, the way God speaks to us, using ministers, using preachers, using the gospel teachers, just like I am talking to you now, the same way devil sent his own agents, the people that are not born again, Satan can borrow their voices and then speak. By the time those two voices come, which one do you obey? Is it the voice that is sent from God? Is it the one you obey, a message from God? Or the one that Satan put in the mouth of your friends? You know, sometimes Satan can borrow your friend's mouth to speak. And then you don't understand. You think he is the person talking. That person is not born again in the first place. So Satan can borrow his or her mouth at any time. So what are some of the things they tell us? Let me start from the young people down to adults. Then you will understand if really you are following Christ or not. Now, take for instance a student in a senior class about to write a senior school examination, and the friends started talking, you know, they chat together, they discuss together and all of that. And then the friends start talking. They say, imagine, how can you tell me that I should just read and go to examination hall like that without carrying any paper, without looking for any way to help myself? Didn't they understand that heaven helped those that help themselves? That's the statement. That is the words they use. They say heaven helps those that help themselves. They have forgotten when the Bible says that when you do that which please God, when you do the will of God, you will make your way prosperous, and you will make you will have good success. Having good success means having a very colorful as a result, a flying color result, without any trace of examination malpractice, because you do that which pleases God. But they misunderstand. The friends whisper those things to them, and of course, corrupt communication. It corrupts good manner. Evil communication. Evil communication corrupts good manner. So by the time they start whispering those things time and again, the good manner is in them, the good behavior, the good moral is corrupted, and eventually they listen to that voice. By the time you listen to that, what your friends are saying as a student, and of course you conclude in your mind that this exam I'm going to help myself so that heaven can help me. You are not following Christ. You may be you may be part of music department in the church, maybe part of choir, whatever session in the church, but as far as you dance to that kind of tune, you are not following Christ. So the question is, are you following Christ or you are not following Christ? You can answer that question by yourself. You see, look at the young people still, the boys and the girls. As they are growing up, there are a lot of things that are coming up in their minds and all of that, and they get talking, they start discussing. And these are some of the things they say among themselves. They say, look at you, Holy Mary, look at you, Joseph, father of Jesus, look at you, holier than thou, in this 21st century. How can you tell me you don't have a boyfriend? How can you tell me you don't have a girlfriend? How do you even cope? How do you even survive? Are you even sure you are normal? You begin to pour out those kind of words. You are sick. I can't believe you are normal. How can you tell me at your age you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have a boyfriend? No, you don't belong to this century. And they keep saying those things. And then, of course, you heard me saying that evil communication corrupts good manner. By the time you keep hearing those things and you don't take your stand, you start heeding to those ways and make efforts to, begin to have boyfriend, girlfriend that corrupt you and then make you become enemy of God. You are not following Christ. You may still be in the choir. You may still be in the whatever session in the church. That doesn't matter. The fact is you are not following Christ. So now, as I speak, ask yourself, are you following Christ? Because some of you have heed to that voice. Even right in the church, you have a boyfriend in the choir, you have a girlfriend in the music department, you have this, you have that, and you are still active member of the church? Are you following Christ? The answer is no. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Here we tell ourselves the gospel truth. Now, look at some of the adults. Somebody who has come to the age of marriage. You're supposed to marry. You're supposed to have a wife. You have come to that age to accept a husband and all of that. But what did they discuss among themselves? They say, how can you be talking of marriage now? Don't you know that when you marry, you will not be free again? You'll be tied to one corner. You cannot flex your life with those ladies again. You cannot attend all those night parties again. Someone will begin to ask you, why are you coming home by this time? That kind of restriction, that kind of monitoring. Marriage is not what we should do now. And check out the age of that person. 30 years, 32 years, as case may be. I don't know if you are planning to marry at the age of 50 after you have browsed all the ladies in the world, after you have chased all the men in the world, but you are still active member of the church. Are you following Christ? The answer is no. Sometimes the church is even busy praying for you, praying for people that have come up to the age of marriage and they are not getting married. Oh God, give them husband. Oh God, give them what? They don't even understand. Pastor didn't know that you are not even ready to marry. Yeah, because you still want to flesh your life. You are not following Christ. You have listened to the voice coming from those friends. Satan borrowed their voices to speak and you have listened to them. You are not following Christ at all. Look at a man who is married. And then when they sit down to discuss as friends, those ones that have not given their lives to Christ, Satan borrow their mouth and start talking. Say, look at you. You only stay with one food. How can you be eating one food for the rest of your life? Who does that? That's what they say. What are they trying to say? They are trying to say that your wife alone shouldn't just be enough for you. You should flesh yourself outside there, not just tie yourself to one woman for the rest of your life. That is the voice of Satan. That is the message coming from Satan. By the time you give heed to that, even though you are still active in the church, in any section in the church, you are not following Christ. And as far as you are not following Christ, if Christ comes, there is nothing for you. You cannot be raptured. Here you will be. So are you following Christ as a man? Judging by what I say. No, or is it you as a woman? That's when you sit, you yourselves together, you sit, women forum, you begin to discuss some nasty things, begin to advise yourself. Now pay attention to those wrong devilish advice coming from some of these women that are not born again. And so how can you just keep to one man? Face your life, exercise yourself. What if that man begin to disappoint you? Who told you that the man is going to disappoint you? It's your husband and he's going to stay with you for the rest of the life. So that is the voice coming from the devil. And then you hit to such voice and those friends of yours begin to introduce you to a man or introduce man to you and you follow their way. You are not following Christ. Forget about your involvement in the church. You can still be active in the church because nobody even know you are doing all those things. But heaven know. And so the fact is, you are not following Christ. When we talk about faithfully and fully following Him, those activities must be kept aside. As far as you are still active in those things, you are not following Christ at all, not at all. Or is he a minister that God called, and then after God called you, Satan now has come to call you because you feel you need some power, you need some members in addition, you need your church to grow, and then you've gone a wrong way to get those things that are not, you have deviated, you are no longer following Christ. Members may think you are still following Christ, but you are already far away from Christ. You are just another human being on the stage. I just pray that God will help us. Now, these are some of the things I understand in that message. That following Christ means fully and faithfully. As far as faithfulness and full commitment to following Christ is out of it, that means you are not following Christ, because you must deny yourselves of a lot of things, take up your cross as the Bible says, and keep following. I keep doing that to the very end of time. And then from that, you can invite other people to come follow in Christ, talking about evangelism, talking about evangelizing the world to Christ. But before you do that, you yourself must be faithfully and fully following Him, forsaking every other thing and doing what you're supposed to do. Now, over to you. These are some of the things I learned from today's topic of the message in my church. Now, it's time for you now to share with us. Tell us what was the topic in your church today and what is your personal understanding of that message. I will leave here any moment from now and join you at a comment section. Let's do it together right there at a comment section. Let's share with us. I want to learn from you. I believe you've learned one or two things from me. I want to learn with you. Now, before we go to the comment section, I need to remind you that you need to share this video. Of course, share to the various social platform that you operate. Yeah, share there. By the time you are sharing the video, you are simply doing the gospel work with me. You know, people are sponsoring us with money, making sure that this message of these shows gets to various countries of the world. You can become our sponsor today. Even if you don't have money, you can share the video. By the time you share the video, you are sponsoring already. You are doing the work with us. So please share the video, and you can download our messages. They are all gospel truth, sincere gospel truth for the upliftment, for the edification of your soul. You can go down to our YouTube channel, EmLight Gospel TV, plus to Facebook page EmLight Gospel TV, and the other social media platform. Download the message and listen to them. We are here on this platform all through the week. It's only on Sunday we make it special this way, where we involve you, that you talk to us as you hear us talking to you. So thank you very much for staying with us on today's show. Now let's go down to the comment section and let's do it there. Let's learn from ourselves. Don't forget, you can send a video clip if you want. If you don't just want to type, you can video, send it there. We will learn from you what you have to tell us. Before I leave, I want to say God bless you, every one of you. God enlarge your cause, the face of God shine upon you. God be gracious unto you. May the favor of God be upon your life in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. And don't forget to join this beautiful platform every Sunday evening. We go to church in the morning, we come back here on Sunday evening to do this together. If you are joining, if you are watching the video, maybe it's already on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, don't worry. Share with us what you learned in the service. It's still not out of place. So thank you very much for joining us. I look forward to see you next Sunday. Let's go down to the comment section and do it together. Thank you and God bless you. I love you all.